wanted to show you this really cool forest type that is being managed by fire, and you can see that it is an exposed ridge, and I've got lots of stands, many individuals of pines that are here. You can also see some dry specialists like scarlet oak, Quercus coccinea. And I'm here, this place actually was burned using prescribed fire just this year in spring of 2020, and this is the third management burn prescribed fire that the Forest Service has used to try to manage for this increasingly rare ecosystem type, which has with it some rare species. So if you look up here, you can see the two main pines that are here that are both fire adapted are Table Mountain pine and Pinus rigida, pitch pine. And I'm going to walk along and show you. So you can see this place was really it looked really torched earlier this spring. And of course on this beautiful, incredible day in October in the mountains. And as we walk along, you can see that this fire was burnt pretty hot this spring, which is really exactly what they wanted. And you can see this tree right here has got some open cones. This is Table Mountain pine, Pinus pungens, which requires really hot fire to open the serotinous cones to release the seeds below. Now, I said this was a really hot fire, but if you look down below on the forest floor, you can see that it's still got lots of stump sprouts of different species that still managed to respond after the fire. And so, you know, Table Mountain pine and pitch pine both need clear, free mineral soil with lots of sunlight. They're both shade intolerant species. And it's uncertain to me. It'll be interesting to see in the next few years whether pine regenerates here. Also some interesting species. We've got some American chestnut here, lots of sprouts, right? So this is in Fagaceae and also on the drier side. So we've got lots of those that are resprouting, and also its related cousin, Castanea pumila. And I'll show you this down here. Castanea pumila is chinkapin. You can see the leaf undersides are bright white and they're quite fuzzy. So these are kind of like a miniature chestnut. They grow in similar places, mountains and coastal plain. They have kind of a blunt kind of rounded leaf base, and the leaves are not quite as sharply serrate as true American chestnut. And then the real way to tell it apart from chestnut is these bright white leaf backs, which are also quite densely pubescent. So that is regenerating quite a lot. We've got lots of mountain laurel happily regenerating. We have some beautiful black gum coming into its own in fall color, and red maple, because red maple is everywhere, regardless of whether you want it there or not. And up a little ways earlier, I saw some persimmon. You know, some of these species will be knocked back enough that they do not regenerate. And that's good, because we're trying not to have a mesification of the world. I can see, let me get to a little clearer spot. You can see some of these kalmias were actually completely killed back, and the species that is really rigorously resprouting from a really burned trunk is pitch pine. It has epicormic sprouts that'll enable it to resprout following fire. We're coming up on a Table Mountain pine. Now this one did not get burned, did not get a crown fire, and but you can see that the heat was enough to open the cones. And so it's still happy. Now, whether it will have anything to sprout into is another question. And I'm just going to walk take you a little bit further on the trail. Like I said, this is a beautiful trail to explore. This is Appalachian oak leech, really pretty fall flower. I saw some gentians along here, which are incredible, of course. And some really bright white, beautiful sassafras, as well as sourwood. Now here's another place where this fire got very hot, right? Fire always burns kind of patchy. And you can see that these are Table Mountain pines, just given the size of their cones, and that those cones are open. So hopefully to put some seed down and find a spot to regerminate. So they're hoping that we will have some pine regeneration on this open slope. You can see it's quite steep, and a lot of things have died back, although I think there's a little bit of a concern that the understory has resprouted quite vigorously, so it'll be interesting to see if the pines are able to get a foothold here. So just wanted to show you a really neat fall day, share this beautiful October fall day with you. And Singecat Ridge, where they're using fire as a management tool to manage for exposed pine ridge forest types, and also some of the rare species that call them home. So this is NC State Dendrology coming to you from Yancey County.